Welcome to the Your Life After Five podcast. I am your host, Dyani Janga, and this is the first episode of the Your Life After Five podcast. Well, what does Your Life After Five mean? Well, let me tell you. You have the basic concept of the 9 to 5, which is your job. But I feel like God created us to do bigger things than just our jobs and making the people rich who we work for. So, your life after 5 means all the work you put into yourself before or after your job. So that means you're working on your knowledge, reading books, investing in courses, working out, so doing fitness, taking good care of your body, making sure you're eating right, and in general just making the right decisions for yourself, because your life after 5 should be you working towards the thing that you're actually made to do. Like, we all have this calling from God, and we just need to figure out what that thing is that we need to do, and also figure out the way that we do that, and then go after it. It is okay to work a job. I mean, I currently have a job too, as I'm setting up my business. But, your life after 5 is literally that. Your life after 5. I don't like to waste my time. I know you don't like to waste your time, because we all know that time is finite. Time has an end to it. We may think we are so, we may think in a moment and live in a moment and feel like, time goes by slowly, but time truly goes by so quick. And before you know, time is over. Your life is gone. We've all seen people pass from around us. People dying mysteriously. People dying from diseases. People dying from age. But one thing that everyone has in common, and one thing that is truly promised to you in life, and that is guaranteed to happen to you, is that you will die. I basically want to get the people here that want to get more from their lives. And I want to help you out. And I want to share the ways that I am doing this. Getting the right people together is incredibly powerful, because this is the way that you change lives. This is the way that massive movements happen. The right people come together, build a community, improve themselves, and go after their missions. And, that's something that we need in life. I don't know about you, but I know about myself that I feel very special. And this is not in some weird egotistical way, but I know that I am not like everyone else. And I feel like if you're listening to this right now, you are the same way. You are not like everyone else. You are not destined to live the life that everyone else lives. I've had this motto since I've turned 18 years old, since the beginning of my adult life, and even before that, honestly, is that I am intensely afraid of being an average person. So that means I do not want to do the average things. A little bit about myself. I've started playing basketball when I was 12 years old. I was an overweight kid. I used to play at the lowest teams. And all of a sudden, this coach from a bigger city, he recognized me. And he asked me, like, yo, Dyani, do you want to come play basketball? Or do you want to come to our tryouts in Rotterdam? And I said, yes, coach. Let's exchange numbers and we'll talk after that. In my head, I was all giddy, like, yeah. But I tried to stay cool. But during that process, I've learned so much, because since then, 1 year later, I started playing at the highest division of my age, in the Netherlands. That's where I'm from. And that has truly changed my life. I've seen amazing things. I've gone amazing places, met amazing people, and truly, that formed me into the person I am today. And that forms me into the person I will be 10 years from now. Because I believe that every situation God puts you in forms you or prepares you for the next moment that you're heading into. And, I'm willing to share all these stories from my life. I'm an open book. I don't like to lie. I like to share my truth. So, people will feel comfortable being honest with me. And I feel like That's very important. So, even any questions that you have, just ask them to me and I will directly, make a podcast episode about it, make a video about it, or just respond to you. So that's your life after 5. You have your job, but the life you truly want is found in the work that you start doing after your job. Are you reading books after your job, or are you playing video games? Are you watching courses, or are you watching every Mr. Beast episode there is? Are you listening to podcasts like these, or are you listening to the same songs on repeat all the time? It are decisions like these that massively change your life. Because who knows, when you're listening to one of these podcast episodes, you might hear just a little something that could change your life in an entire grand way. So your life after 5 determines your life after 25, if you get what I'm saying. So, I want to have a great future. I want to have an abundant future. I want to be able to have my business and have God with me in the business, in my day-to-day life. And that's what I'm going to do. Something that I don't know why I haven't said it yet. I will just talk about things that, it sounds weird, but I like. I will speak about things that I believe that will help you out. I will speak about things that I've been reading from my business. I will speak about things that I have learned from business. And I will speak about the things that I learned from books, that I learned from watching courses, that I get from watching the right type of videos. And just life in general. I feel like there's so much things you can learn from life if you just open your eyes. But I feel like many people don't do it. So I encourage you to start opening your eyes and looking at the world around you and start realizing the lessons that you're learning every single day. I recently made a video about this on my Instagram. It's that my bike literally got stolen. And I was smiling. The second I saw that my bike was gone, I'm like, great. God put me in another trial and this will form me into another version of me, the better one. Because I don't know who did it, but if they did not steal my bike, I don't know what would happen. I might have been hit by a car if I still had my bike the same day. You just don't know what happens. If God takes that thing away from you, he does that for a reason. So don't worry about things, just removing from your life. That's all good. Because God has a bigger purpose from that. And the bike is worth nothing. And I wish I knew who took my bike. Because honestly, I would have probably just gave him some new lights because the lights were kind of iffy. They were kind of broken. It's just God, man. All praise to God. I am happy that someone stole my bike. It's funny. I actually, it was Wednesday after my job. I literally ran to my girlfriend's house. It was a 25-minute run. And, I haven't jogged in like a year or two before that. So it was good to start running again. It was good to move my legs and be a bit exhausted and be bored running again. It's such a blessing because you get to experience life in a different way. And I think that's amazing. I think that's beautiful. While running to my girlfriend's house, I was listening to a podcast. It is important that you use your time right. You leverage your time. So if you're running, instead of listening to music, listen to something that empowers you. And maybe sometimes you might need to listen to music because that's what keeps you going and that's what's cheering you up. But if you feel like you are past that and you are better than that, start listening to something that will actually help you elevate in life. If you don't, that's fine. Because if you're running, if you're lifting, you're still doing something good. But just try to uplift the goodness to even more. I think I'm gonna leave it at that for today. Very first episode, we talked about 10 minutes, so that's good. That's more than enough. I feel like I don't want to keep these things too long because I want you to be able to listen to this in one full sitting. This is my very first podcast episode, at least in English. I had a Dutch one with my best friend, but there will be many things I will be improving on in the future, such as my speech, my vocabulary, things like that. Everything will start going more smoothly as we go along the lines. And I honestly just can't wait to start doing this, man. I pray to God that this is something that will help me reach a lot of people and help me serve a lot of people. And honestly, I just can't wait to share my lessons and share my learnings and share my experiences, you know? So if you're here and you've liked this episode thus far, start following me on Instagram. It's Dyani Janga again, DYANI That's it on Instagram, just all together. And yeah, follow me on there, follow me on here, subscribe, whatever you're watching on. And I thank you for, your attention. I thank you for listening to me. And God bless you.